And good Monday morning, Labor Day. A lot of folks sleeping in today, getting that extra moment of rest. Does feel good. Starting the day out with a song stuck in my head. You ever do that? Got Alan Jackson singing in the back of my head, It Must Be Love. Maybe it's Don Williams singing it. I got a little bit of both going on there. Great song. Love both of those. How are you? I hope well. We'll go back over a few things that have gone on over the weekend in our area. We still got a few hours as this continues of a weekend, of a holiday weekend. It's always nice to have those, isn't it? First off, we wanted to look at what's going on with the weather right now. Southeastern Lauderdale County getting wet, starting to see a few showers here on the western side. Let's pull this up where we can see this. Meridian Honda radar comes in this morning, and we do have light showers. Let's turn on some locations where you can see what's happening. Out to our west, out by Stuckey's Bridge, in between there and Dunn's Fall, some showers. Light showers over at Meehan, covering 20 as you come into the county from Newton County before you get to the prison. Now, as we move to this eastern side of Lauderdale County and northern Clark County, look at this. Heavy rains coming down right now in Energy, and if you're watching in northern Clark County, you are wet. Also showers right there at the Snell Volunteer Fire Department. Kind of northeasterly there and due east of where the Clarko State Park is. Back in this general area, and as you move back into Lauderdale County, heavy showers there at Causeyville this morning, coming up on Why Not Motorsports Park, out by the Girl Scouts, Southeast High School, the Boy Scouts, pouring rain in that area there and all across the pine trees. That's kind of our forecast, and expected again this afternoon with showers. Now, as we back out and kind of take a look at the state this morning, we are seeing that we got some pretty heavy fog in the western part of the county, of the state rather. Right up here, Greenville, Clarksdale, and the Mississippi Delta. Boy, all of those fields there, it is thick fog. Be careful there. The northern portion of Alabama has a possible flood watch out for today. As we look at this is going to be continuing as we come across, and that's until 7 p.m. tonight. So we're expecting this area here to get a good bunch of rain today. A little bit of, as we go up here to this northern portion, a little bit of fog right there near Ripley, New Albany, Mississippi, in those areas there. But not totally bad. Now, keep in mind that if you're going to have an outdoor cooking this afternoon, kind of be prepared to move it around. It's not going to be a flood at all times in our area, but we'll have those pop-up showers that could happen. 60% chance, so it could interfere with what you're doing as we kind of watch all this. Anna, how are you this morning? From the southeast area, you might be getting wet, Anna. Hope you got it all in. You ever just accidentally leave something in the yard that you didn't want to get wet, you forget about it? I'm sure I got something laying out there now. Good morning. All right, let's start our journey of a few things that has gone on. We did learn of a auto accident last night. Let's go in to the map here and show you where all of this went down last night as we learn more about this. A single vehicle accident was turned flipped as we come in here near Northeast High School last night. I don't think there was any serious injuries, but it was wedged between a couple trees there. They were able to get out of the car. Volunteer fire departments arrived along with the Meridian Police Department in that area to help out with that. Hard to believe all of that now, city of Meridian, as we get into those lines out in that area there at Briarwood and all of that. Minnow Road also saw a wreck last night. As we pull this up, Minnow Road just off of Highway 45, this area here, if you come up 45 and go toward Dalewood, we did have a wreck there also. No major injuries involved with that. That's the good news about our wrecks. And we have had numerous fender benders throughout the weekend. No one hurt. That's the good news. As we try to spread a little bit of that good stuff every now and then. Let's see here. We did have reports of some shots fired. Nothing hit. No one injured as we pulled this up in the Hillcrest area, right along in there. As we get right up in here near Andrews Chapel up in this area here. Again, no one hurt. No injuries. That's the good news with that. I've said that a little bit too much this morning, haven't I? It's my crutch word today. But no one hurt. Now, as we look at a few other things that have gone on in the area, I've got some notes here. And I haven't seen this in that area all that much, but it is starting as crime kind of spreads out and goes in different directions of Lauderdale County and also Meridian. We'll come to Highway 39. Let's take a look at this. 39th Court. And you go, okay, well, I don't know where 39th Court is. This would be up Highway 39, right along in here. That's the Oaks Rehabilitation Center, back in this area right here. This is going to be the county offices where this is. This is before you make it to the Meridian Little Theater. Back in these subdivisions here. Had a bunch going through, checking cars, seeing if they could get into it. And I hadn't gotten reports of anything stolen, but I have gotten several reports that they were in the neighborhood trying door handles and whatnot. And usually when I get those reports, there's more to it in the end. That's where we are on that this morning, to keep you up to date with what's going on in those neighborhoods there. Arlene, I have no absolute answer for what you just asked. I guess they do their thing, I do my thing. Think you ought to know. Let's see here. What else do we have? There's nothing worse than having something of yours stolen, and we see this more and more. And I don't get everything. I get a few reports from a lot of people that are upset that this was taken from my home, and you verify it, and sure enough, it was. As we go to the 4300 block of 33rd Avenue. Right here. Let's zoom in on this. Here's 45th Street. Right in this area right here. Let's back out. We can get a good look at where this is. This is North Hill Street right here. Right down in this area right here. Had someone's weed eater and blower stolen. Now, as we all know, that stuff's not cheap. A blower is going to cost you $200 to $300, especially if you get a real good one. Weed eater can be $350 or even more. You know, you can look at anywhere from $500 to $700, $800 worth of stuff stolen there. That happens. It's happening more and more as people grab things like that, well, they can resell quick, make a quick dollar. Watch what's yours as you're cleaning your yard. Don't forget to, because that's a habit. I'm not saying they done this, but you can have it on the tailgate of your truck, in the back of it, and they walk through and grab it. I've seen that a lot. That's been a thing. And also if you leave it laying in the yard, which I've been guilty of before, you go get something to drink and come back and it's gone. All right, the next thing that we need to discuss is we've had 2 gunshot victims over the weekend. 2 of them. Now, again, these both are supposed to be accidental shootings. Let's go to Dalewood for our first shooting. We'll look at this. This happened this weekend as we look at this. 10 hours ago is when I reported this, late in the afternoon. Let's pull this up where you can get a good look at this and make this a little bit bigger here. I probably should have pulled up the map. This would be on the southeastern corner of Dalewood. Louise Drive is where that happened. Person was rushed to the hospital. We don't think it's life-threatening at this point. Bullet went in. Don't know much more after they arrived at the hospital, but we know an ambulance did have to take them from a gunshot wound there. And again, that's supposed to be a accidental shooting. As we learn more about this, should anything change on that as they investigate that, we'll change that. But a lot of you, I know I got a lot of text and said, I heard the ambulance coming, and I even had reports of, I heard the gunshot. Now, we will move out toward, and this is still in the city limits of Meridian of where this happened, Will Wright Road. Try to say that 2 or 3 times fast. Woo! Get y'all tongue twisted there. We did have one person, this is going to be on Saturday night, that was shot. As we zoom in on this. Now, as we get a little bit closer on this, you get right outside about where the Dollar General is. That's where Will Wright Road is. Right in there is where this occurred there, the 1200 block of Will Wright Road. And I blew that up a little bit there. Let's back this out where you can kind of see the whole thing. That's where it went down. Several shots were fired. One struck a person in the leg. I do believe it was a female, if I remember correctly, from my memory of talking with police over this. Again, not life-threatening, but we did have somebody shot. That's 2. Now, could there be more that I don't know about? Possibly. I try to stay on top of all this, but to my knowledge, 100% at this time, we only had 2 so far this weekend. Nothing way out there so far. We did have shots reported on King Road. Anybody live in that area? This is going to be just off of North Hill Street. No injuries or damage reported with this. This is going to be King Road and 38th Street. Let's zoom in on that where you can get a little bit better view of what went on with there. Our little maps there. North Hill Street up here, Colonial Apartments, 38th Street. This will be south of North Hill Street. As you know where that goes through before you get to the Dixie station. If you were to go south, that's where that would have happened this weekend. Again, no injuries or damage reported with that incident that happened there. Now, I ended up getting a lot of calls, a lot of texts, a lot of inboxes on this next incident that happened over the weekend. Maybe you were at Walmart, maybe you were going down 8th Street, and all of a sudden a Camaro went screaming by you. Had a lady say that she was nearly hit in the parking lot of Walmart as somebody sped off. What were they doing? Yeah, it was a stolen car. As we pull this up to take a look at it, someone had hijacked, stolen, however you want to word it, a Camaro. The Meridian Police Department was passing through the parking lot and noticed it. Well, they noticed the cops as well, along with the Lauderdale County Sheriff. I think it was actually the Sheriff's Department that spotted the car, and the Meridian Police would join in after this. He took off speeds of over 80 miles an hour as they went by MCC, getting it. That's moving for that area, as we all know. Anything could have happened. Anybody could have pulled out, and that person had no intention of stopping. Why? It was stolen. They would go down 8th Street, and as you approached where O'Reilly Auto Parts is, they would hang a right swift, go behind the store, that next street, jump out of the car and flee. And that's exactly what they done. Sneakers was the last thing that the police happened to see on that person. They have not been caught. The car has been impounded and will be returned to the owner. More and more of these we just don't know about. The car thefts that happen in our area. This is a big ring here. Whether or not they're taken and stripped or they're just used for crimes, we're not sure, but a lot of them are. When we see crimes as, and I'll reiterate this, I'm sure that y'all have seen this, Collinsville area, the Martin area, when these areas have had cars, subdivisions that are broken into, 90% of the time it's from a car that was stolen in the city, and they come out and they go door to door in case they have to ditch the car and it can't be traced to them. Happens a lot. Each time that I can remember when it was a major break-in like that from car to car, both incidents had that. They use it so they won't get caught or be traced back to them. Let's see, we do have a missing young girl, 16 years old. Pontotoc County, Mississippi is where she's from. As we pull this up this morning, here's this young lady. If you happen to see her, MBI, Mississippi Bureau of Investigations, are looking for her. They've put this out. We shared that yesterday also. There you go. Let's see what else. This is awful. We hate to report these, but once every couple of weeks or so, we have to end up reporting these stories that are never good, of a home fire that happened, a structure fire there on County Road 352. This would be in the Clarkdale community. And as we go to our friends, as I put this out, our friends down at Clark County Hot Topics actually got a picture of the home, fully engulfed. It was destroyed. If you happen to live in that community, know this family, if y'all could pitch in and help out, any clothes and things of that. As you see some toys in the front yard, you would assume that they have children as well. I don't know who it was, but that's what it appears to be. So if there's anything that you can do in that Clarkdale community, County Road 352, I'm sure we'll find out more about that as it comes along if people ask for this. Now, this happened, and with everything in light of what happened Saturday morning, we didn't get to go into a lot of discussion of this, and we'll get into the airplane thing in Tupelo in just a second. And I worded this as the lowest of low of what you do. In my opinion, breaking in a church is about as low as it gets. As they say, low as a snake's belly. Y'all have heard that term somewhere in your life. May have something more to go with it. But we pull this up and we go back to, this happened overnight there. Highland Baptist Church, development burglarized. They took everything in there to get their hands on, from TVs that were on the wall to tablets that were there for the kids to learn. Now, as the kids had, over the last month, raised, they were going to take food to Rocky and all the gang at the Lauderdale County Animal Shelter there in Marion. The halls were stacked with dog food. These people were in there. They arrived about 2:30 in the morning and stayed to nearly 5:30, about 3 hours. They took every can of cat and dog food that they had there that those children had collected. And again, that's just as low as it gets. We do hope someone catches them. Now, what are they going to do with the dog food? Your first thought would be resell it. That's what we think. Hopefully they'll be caught and brought to justice. Taken from kids and breaking into church is just two of them combined. That's just bad. We do hope they'll get. Now, as I mentioned, Saturday morning. How many of y'all watched that? We learned a lot as a plane was threatening a Walmart early Saturday morning. A guy had called in after he got in a plane and said that he was going to crash it. He looped for hours. People watched this, and everybody up there watched this as it came about. And eventually, it did more or less crash land with no landing gear into a field. He was taken into custody, as we learned that he was an airport employee. He had no pilot's license. He had no training on landing. But he did know how to fly circles, didn't he? They'll dig more into this. The FAA is involved in this as we watch this. A miracle that no one was hurt on this. And as we showed his Facebook page where he was saying his goodbyes, where he planned to do more than he did. Maybe something changed his mind. There was a lot of people posting to his Facebook page. As Anitra pointed out, you just don't disrespect God's house, do you? No, you don't. We learned that Mississippi State, Ole Miss both win games over the weekend. Congratulations, that maybe your team got to win. I know Starkville had a delay there for all of the lightning that was in the area there, and so the game was postponed for just a little while. Biden, up at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, is nominating a Vicksburg native for a U.S. attorney post. Todd G. has been nominated. We'll see if he actually gets it. But a Mississippian up for that. I would assume, I don't know the man, I'm assuming he's a Democrat being nominated by Biden. That's what I assume. We had a murder suspect from Mississippi nabbed in Alabama. And the reason he got nabbed was he took something from Alabama that wasn't his. After they pulled him over, well, lo and behold, warrant for murder in Mississippi. It's Dallas County, Alabama, is where that all went on. Edward Leon Bush Jr., 22 of Greenwood, Mississippi, in the jailhouse now. We'll see if he gets extradited back to Mississippi on those charges. Most likely he will. How quick it happens, we don't know. Now, another thing that is, and I've heard of this happening more often, where somebody gets mad at someone and they send a threatening note to them. Well, they're taking this pretty serious as we go to, let's see what county this is, as we go Panola County, Mississippi. Someone sent a threatening letter to a supervisor there, threatened to take him out and his entire family. It's turned serious as the sheriff's department there is investigating this. They'll most likely be able to track that down to somebody, whether it's fingerprints, where they mailed it from. You get into a lot more things using the U.S. mail. A lot of charges can get you there. Saturday afternoon, our friends just south of here, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Y'all are familiar with that? Yep, 2 women shot. What is it with the leg? That's, these 2 were hit there as well. But we see that. How many times do y'all see me report a shooting that happens here and whoop, they got wounded in the leg? Are they aiming for that or are they just bad shots? Have mercy. But a pretty common thing there, to shoot someone in the leg. We see that a lot in the Meridian area. Now, we're learning, and this is, you hate to call it what you see, but it looks like this could be a grim ending. Memphis, Tennessee, a lady out for a jog at 4:30 in the morning was abducted, pulled into a van. She's still missing. They have made an arrest. They've got all types of evidence that he is connected to her, clothes and whatnot. And nobody, they don't know where she is. It's still an investigation, but you really hate to say, the way they're conducting the investigation almost leads you to believe that it's going to be a bad end to this. Her parents, her family were wealthy. We're not sure if this was a kidnapping ransom that didn't work out. This guy was a sex offender. We can only imagine what went on. We don't know that. We'll keep you up to date. That's not far from here at all. Memphis, Tennessee. And I urge you with this. I know that there's a lot of people that watch, that are into physical fitness, that do things, but especially the ladies that watch. Don't jog that early by yourself. It's not worth it. No matter how safe you think you are, there are predators in this world, and they prey on that. And a lot of people jog or run with earbuds. You don't hear people coming up on you. It's just a little safety precaution. Go in groups. Have a friend go with you. It's just too early. Not that many people are out, and people don't hear your cries if you get into a mess. And again, as I say, there's just bad people in this world. We can't change that. We certainly hope the very best for her. Now, as I mentioned and teased, we've got a special guest coming up this morning. He'll be here at 8 o'clock with Candace and I. We'll kick off live on television at 8 a.m. Anybody remember a guy named Chris Reed? He's going to tell us what's in his future plans, as he gave us a tease of that. He wants to make some form of announcement this morning. We'd love for you to hear it. It all begins at 8, and we'll get into questioning the man to find out what's in his mind, what he's going to do. All that's coming up this morning at 8 a.m. Don't miss out on that. Now, we're going to have your forecast next. We're going to dig deep into your weather. All that's right around the corner. As the days get hotter, Sanders Gas reminds you to get your air conditioner tuned up. Sanders Gas can repair or replace your whole unit, whichever you need. Talk to Sanders about a tankless water heater now and never run out of hot water. Find out how easy and affordable it is to cook on gas stoves. And those backyard barbecues are coming. Don't run out of gas. Get yours refilled today. Sanders Gas, since 1946, 611 26th Avenue South, 601-693-4054. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Welcome back. Again, I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Thanks for joining us this morning as we cover some headline stories that are going on throughout our community. Let's go back real quick and take a look at radar before we get deep into it to see where it is raining, what's changed in the last few moments. And again, the southeastern corner of Lauderdale County and northeastern Clark County getting the wet stuff here as we go to Meridian Honda radar. Light showers spread across the county here south of the airport or Rendell Road and those areas there. But we get over here to the southeast area and that rain intensifies as we pull up Why Not Motorsports Park all around Southeast School out by the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, and heavier rains here in northeastern Clark County as we get into the areas of Energy Church and out here right at Snell Volunteer Fire Department. All these areas here are going to be coming down right now. Heavy rain. Be careful if you live in those areas. As we County Road 420, also there at Buckatana Church. We got some rain there as well. I'll just drive careful in those areas there as rain covers the road. Some fog up in the Mississippi Delta at this point. All right, let's get into the forecast now and see what all the National Weather Service has for us laid out for today.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Those record highs and record lows set in 1925 today. 103 degrees was set. The low was set in 1891, the low of 49. Both of those mighty long time ago, wasn't it? As we look at that forecast for today, we're looking at 86, 87 for Meridian in that area there. Might even be as low as 84 today. I think that temperature has changed a little bit there. Philadelphia, definitely 84. Columbus, 85. We go south to Hattiesburg, warmer, 87. As we look to Bama, what's going on there? Well, we've got a chance of rain is there. Also for Labor Day. 85 at Tuscaloosa. We'll hit that right around Livingston, Alabama as well. Heavier rain in the northern portions of Alabama. Why do we say that? Well, here we go. This is a chance of a flood watch. And again, that's in the northern portion, Tuscaloosa, taking in Birmingham. If you've got to be traveling north on 65, keep that in mind in those areas up here. And our area is going to be more of a light rain. Heavier stuff to the northeast of the Meridian area there. What happens with temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days as we go to take a look at what is being forecasted here. As you'll see here, the warmer temperatures are just to the west there in Texas. higher out here in the central portion, but we do have warmer weather headed our way as we're kind of below normal right now with these low 80s that we've been seeing. Now, that's going to come to an end. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and switch over to look at our 7-day forecast this morning, brought to us by our friends there at Wilson Saw. Drop in and see them, they can get you a steal. All right, as we look at this forecast and do the breakdown of everything that we've got for today, there's a 60% chance of showers. The heavier rain, right, smack dab in the middle of your afternoon, 2 to 4 is what we're expecting. The high, again, 84 to 85 is what we're expecting, depending upon where you are. Now, tonight we'll drop down to a 30% chance of showers, low around 71, 70. As we roll into tomorrow, 86 for a high, a couple of degrees warmer. 50% chance of showers, mainly after 3 o'clock. Y'all see this coming, don't you? As we look to Wednesday, 60% chance, and again, afternoon showers, and then every day it's going to be wet. I certainly hope you had a chance to get your grass cut this weekend because there's no let up on this. This is through Sunday, high of 82, 79, rain chances 80% on Friday, and also Thursday. Now let's look ahead all the way to the 19th. Oh, look, more rain. We'll get a couple breaks here next Tuesday and Wednesday where the rain chances are not that large. But Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday about the best, and then those chances of rain pick up there after that. Watch that. We've had a bunch of that in the forecast lately to where it just will not go away, will it? Rain, rain, and rain. As we look at what's happening in the tropics, and this is where we are today, let's pull this up. We have Earl, who is at 52 miles an hour, moving north-northwest at 5 miles an hour. Now, we've got this developing off the coast of Africa, a 30% chance. Again, all this will be updated after 8 a.m. when the National Hurricane Center gets deeper into this. This is our very first of the year, a Cat 1, a hurricane, Danielle. She's moving at 92 miles an hour, moving north-northeast at 8 miles an hour. And again, this is probably going to hook in this direction as we look at this. There she goes. She's headed in that direction. As we look at it, here's Earl. He's not any threat to the United States at this point. And again, he's only moving at 52 miles an hour. Not a hurricane, but definitely not a place that you'd want to be. Hurricane hunters follow this every day. And we'll keep you up to date on that should any of this become a threat as we watch this off the coast of Africa as it makes its way. We've had a very, very fortunate year on all this. Nothing has went into the Gulf so far. What's the best times to fish? Well, we head out to Chet's Paint and Body today to find out. Our first major time will be right around 9 o'clock this morning till 11. If you're going to be out fishing today, it's a great day to be in the water. Our second major time would be at night. You got a chance this afternoon between 2 and 3, but not as good as this morning. Wind's going to be light, southwest wind becoming southwest 5 to 10. So that kind of lays it out for you of what you've got. Now, again, we're coming back in an hour and 2 minutes. We're going to be live. We've got a lot to talk about today of events that went on over the weekend. We'll go deeper into some of the things that we discussed here. Chris Reed will be our special guest as he's here to tell us what's in his plans. All that begins at 8, and we'll be here at Facebook, right where we are. We'll be on YouTube. We'll also be on Twitter. You can also join us on Fox 30 Meridian. We'll be live on your television set, on those birds, on Direct, and also the other one, Direct TV. There's 2 of them. I left one of them out, didn't I? Went blank there for a moment. But we'll be on both of those. I hope you'll join us this morning as we'll have some interesting news and learn a few things. Again, we'll be back in about 1 hour from now. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of this and making it so successful. We can't do it without you. We'll see you soon as we continue with the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: